find S6 only, ma. So why is it so difficult? S6, you have calculator, not ask you to work manually, calculate manually, right? So you have calculator, what? So how come so slow? So 6 over 2 times what? 2a, right? 62, 550. And plus 6 minus 1, D, 10,500. Right? So you see? So this one is 62,550 times 2 is what? So this one is 125,100, right? So plus this is 5 times, so it's 52,500. So it's you add up is that? Add up is 177,600, right? Times 3. So you get 5 RM 532,800. Okay, so difficult, right? Huh? Yeah, for those students, if you are still taking easy, I warn you, almost more than half, almost what? Almost 3/4 of the years gone already, no? Maybe you can say half years because you all start from March, almost half year already gone, right? So what have you done in this half years? You still take it easy, right? Okay. Okay. So this is the answer for 35. Okay, 36. Yeah, same thing you saw. A farmer has 1,275 goats in his farm. In a particular week, he started selling 85 goats and repeated for the subsequent week. Okay, so the farmer will feed the goats before they are sold. If the cost of feeding a goat is RM 10.5 per week, calculate the total cost needed until there are 255 goats left in his farm. Okay. No. Because in this is what? This is one goat. One goat, the feeding per week, per week is 10 ringgit 50 cents. So you need to find how many weeks, how many weeks from 1,275, the goat will become the number of goats will become 255. So how many weeks? And you have to times with what? For each goat, every week is 10 ringgit 50 cents. So it times the number of weeks and times how many goats already what? How many goats already sold or already fed? 10,000? No. Abigail, no. Casino. Yeah. So you have to find total how many weeks first. From 1 to 7. Okay, so each week, because each week you start selling, each week is 85 goats. In a particular week, he starts selling 85 goats. So that means every week, so 85. Okay. Repeated for subsequent week. No, did you know? So cheap only, right? Feeding, no. How many goats? Do you know? Okay, so you look at the how many weeks first. How to find how many weeks? Jishan, no. Okay, let's go through. Okay, so that means A is 1275. Okay, so the D is 85, right? Okay, so you the remaining goat is 2, that means from 1275, you keep on reducing and minus 85. Keep on reducing until 255. So from here to here, how many weeks? Okay, so that means you just like Tn, right? Tn is equals to the last term, correct? 255. Going to find n, right? Cursing still wrong, okay? 255, right? Okay, so 255, so it's what? A 1275 plus n minus 1 D, right? 85. So equals to 255. Correct. Hey, sorry. The D is reducing, negative, negative 85, okay? Negative 85. So this is a negative, This is negative 85, okay? So you bring it over, so that means negative 85 n minus 1 is equals to 255 minus 1275. Okay? So what do you get? What is 255 minus 1275? Yeah, where's my calculator? Eh? Wait, 255 minus 1275, right? Negative 1020, Okay. Negative 1020, right? Jishan still wrong. Okay. Then after that, you bring the negative 85 over. So negative 1020 divided by negative 85. Okay. So divided by 85. So you get 12, right? So n is 12 plus 1. Okay. So that means 13 weeks. Right? So that means 13 weeks. The farmer needs 13 weeks to sell the goats from 1,275 goats to 255 goats. Okay, but 13 weeks, how many of the goats in these 13 weeks? The farmer has to feed the goat. Has to feed the goat. Don't think wrong. How many goats altogether the farmer has to feed for these 13 weeks? So you find Sn as 13, right? Correct. So numbers of goats, that means you need to say numbers of goats, that is needed to feed, that the farmer has to feed, right? Farmer has to feed them, okay, it's So starting from this one, right? 1275 until 255. So you have to add up. From the first day, you already need to fit this one before after 1 week, then you sell So you have to fit this goat So that means you have to find S13 13 week So it's S13. 13 is 13 over 2. Then you use 1275 plus 255, right? The first term plus the last term, Yeah. So you'll get, this one is actually 9,945 goats. So you need to fit, you need to fit 9,945 goats. Okay. For the 13 weeks, all together. So one goat is 10,000. One goat is 10 ringgit 50 cents. Right? So that means you find total cost. So total cost, total cost is what? Total cost will be 9,945 times 10.5. So what is the answer? 9945 times 10.5. So it will be 100,000, right? 100,000, 104,422 and 50 cents. Okay, Nat? Can Nat? Hello? Okay? Can Nat? So if you don't try the homework, that's why I say, if you don't try the homework, you can't solve during the exam, right? Because you don't practice, So you have to try all the homework, right? Example and homework, yeah. Okay. So now we look at the 37 now, yeah. So you look at the 37, Continue 37, So this one okay, No question, So you look at 37. Okay, 37. Kuhan, who recently completed his SPM study, is offered a job by Company Q. So Company Q gives an initial salary 10,800 per year. Wow, so cheap only. So low, not even 1,000. 10,800 per year. With annual salary increment of RM 120. So Kuhan plans to save 30% of his salaries to further his study after working for 5 years. If the cost of his study is 10,000, RM 10,000, can Kuhan save enough money to further his studies? Show the calculations to support your answer. Okay. Yeah, so that means how much he can save. So what's the total he can save? What's the total he can save? Yeah, Kasim, correct. Yeah, Abigail, correct. Yeah, Jijun, correct. Jishan, correct. Yeah, see, at least now, I know, I saw the response already, yeah. Woon Jun Ping, what is the amount? You don't just let this yes or no. Okay, what is the amount he saved? What is the amount he can save? Yeah, correct. Okay, so I can't wait for you idea. So normally I will ask about if let's say about 5, 6 students already give me answer, then I will start. I will explain idea. I can't wait for you. So that's why I ask you. You must solve it fast, right? Of course, if you don't want to solve, you just wait for my answer. That is up to you lah. Okay lah. Yeah, Jaji, correct. Okay, so that means initial A is what? 10,800, right? So every year increase 120. Yeah. So now you want to find 5 years, right? So that means S5 lah. You want to add up all the total amount. So S5 is up. So 5 over 2, 2 times 10,800. Yeah, plus 5 minus 1 times 120, right? So that means the total salary will be 5 over 2. So this one will be 20,000, 21,600 plus 480, right? So this is 5 over 2, 422,080, right? So divide by 2, 1104, right? So it's 55,200 ringgit. So this is the total salary you will get for the 5 years. Okay. So now he every year save 50%, 30%. So saving, right? Yeah. So saving is 55,200 save 30%, correct? Times 30%. Okay. So he will save total is what? Total will be RM. Total will be RM. Total will be RM 16,560. So that is enough lah. So the amount of money he saved is enough for him to further his study. Okay, not okay. 38. Okay, now we look at the 38 now. 38. A piece of wire of length 78 pi cm is cut to form 6 circles as shown, right? So in the following diagram. So the radii of the circles differ from each other successively by 1 cm. That means the radius is actually different by 1 cm, right? From each circle. So find the radius of the smaller circle. Find the radius of the smallest circle. So what you need to find actually? Okay, what you need to find actually? In this question, what you need to find? They give you the total length of the wire, mah. So total length of a wire, that means you need to find what? They give you this total length of wire can form six circle, right? So in other words, you want to form you want to find what? Wait, come on. You want to find? Wait, where's that? No, Cousin, no. Cousin, your answer wrong. That means here, this one, 78 pi cm is the total length of the wire. So you have to find all the wire. The wire, what's the length? That means you need to find the circumference. Okay, so circumference of the circle 1 plus circumference of the circle 2 plus circumference of the circle 3. You add up until C6 must equal to what? 78 pi, right? So that means you must use the circumference. That's circumference. That means your A is the circumference. So that means A, this is your R. Okay. And then you find the B in the second circumference. You find this one, circumference C1. So what is C1? Okay. Then what is C2, right? And after that, D is what? Common reference is what? Common difference. What is the common difference for the circumference, not for the radius, so for you have to find because now we are finding the circumference at so that means common difference for the circumference is C2 minus C1. So what is C1? C1 is 2 pi r then C2, right? C2 is 2 pi, but the radius is r plus 1, right? So you can calculate, so what's the common difference? And then you find what is the radius. Okay, so what is the radius of the smallest circle? Okay, what's the radius of the smallest circle? No. No, Casino. You find the circumference first. Yeah, so circumference one. So all these add up, C1, C2 until C6, you add up, must equals to 78 pi. So what is C1? Okay, now what is C1? C1, you just let the radius become R. So circumference is what? C1 is 2 pi R. So what is C2? So now the radius increase 1, right? So that means it's 2 pi R plus 1. So it's actually 2 pi r plus 2 pi. Correct? Then what is D? D is C2 minus C1, right? So that means 2 pi r plus 2 pi minus 2 pi r. So your common difference is 2 pi. Okay. So now you just sub in. Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, so just sub in now. Okay, now, so you have 6 circle, right? So then you find S6, right? Correct. So now you find S6. So S6 is that 6 over 2 times 2A. A is that? A is 2 pi r, right? So A is 2 pi r. Okay, so this A is 2 pi r. Then plus 6 minus 1. D is what? D is 2 pi, right? So mass equals to 78 pi. Okay, so here only one variable, only one variable r only. So you just find the r. So divide by 2, 1, divide by 2, 3. So that means 3 times what? 4 pi r plus 5 times 2, 10. 10, this is, sorry, this is pi r. This is 4 pi r plus 10 pi. Okay, so must equals to 78 pi. So you bring the 3 over. So 4 pi r plus 10 pi must equals to 78 pi divided by 3. So it's 26 pi. So 4 pi r equals to 26 pi minus 10 pi, right? So equals to 16 pi. So what is r? R is 16 pi over 4 pi. So r is 4 cm. So the radius is 4 cm. Cannot. Okay, can? Cannot. Cannot. 38 can. So you must, in this solving problem, you must know what they give us. So you must know how to find, which one to find. So then you don't use the R, you don't go and find R, R, A is R, and then the common difference is 1, right? So here they didn't ask you to find R, right? Unless they ask you to find R, what is the radius of the 6th circle? Then you go and find, right? Or they give you the radius of the 6th, P6 circle, right? So then you can find. Okay, so B name. So the number of complete circles that can be formed if the length of the wire used is 200 pi cm. So that means how many circles? Yeah. That's in way doing. Okay. So how many circles there that can be formed if the wire use the length of wire used is 200 pi cm? Anyone can get? Anyone get ID? Okay, just use this formula only, right? You want to find how many circles, right? So just use that. Sn equals to 200 pi. That's all. So find the n. No? And you have radius idea. The first and the smallest circles is this, right? So then you calculate, no? Calculate the length for the first circle. What's the length of the first circle? No. You cannot round to the highest value. You have to round to the lowest value. Because they give you that length of the wire. So if let's say you have 11.9, so you have to say 11 circle only. You cannot say round up to 12 circle. So even though the 9 is supposed to, normally we can round off, right? But in this case cannot, because they want the complete circle, you cannot round off. Okay, can or not? Yo, I don't wait for you already. Okay, so Sn n over 2, okay, 2a, right? So what's a? This one a is what? 2 pi r, right? 2 pi r. So but your r is 4, correct not? You got already, man? So r is 4, 2 times 4, so it's 8 pi, right? So 2 times 8 pi. So plus n minus 1 d just now is pi, right? 2 pi, sorry. 2 pi. So mass equals to 200 pi, right? So this n over 2, this is what? 16 pi, right? And plus this one, and okay, you just say times in 2 pi n minus 2 pi, right? Equals to 200 pi. Okay, so bring the 2 over lah. Oh, okay, no need, just leave it, okay, 16 pi minus 2 pi, so 14 pi, right? So plus 2 pi n, okay, so equals to 200 pi, right? So factorize, we can take out 2 pi, so if we take out 2 pi, take out 2 pi here, so left what? Left 7 plus n, right? So equals to 200 pi. So these two cancel, this pi cancel, right? So left what? Left 7n plus n square equals to 200. Now solve quadratic equation. So solve quadratic equation. Solve the quadratic equation. Okay, so that means this one is n square plus 7n minus 200 equals to 0. So what's n? This one cannot factorize. So cannot factorize now. Use formula lah. So use formula. Still remember how to find? Use formula. What's the formula? So equals what? Negative b plus minus square root of what? B square minus 4ac over 2a, right? So it's equals to negative 7 plus minus square root of 7 square minus 4 times 1 times negative 200 divided by 2 times 1, right? So equals to negative 7 plus minus square root of what? So you can add up 49 plus 800, right? So it's 849, right? Over 2. So it's negative 7. One answer is negative 7 minus square root of 489 over 2. Of course, this one not acceptable. So n cannot be negative, right? So this one not acceptable. Okay, so or you use the other one. Negative 7 plus square root of 849 divided by 2. So what's the answer? Square root 849, then minus 7 divided by 2. So you get your answer is actually 11.07, right? So your answer is 11 circle. So answer is 11 circle. So if you have the length, the wire length with 200 pi, so it can form 11 circle. Okay not? Okay or not? Okay or not? Yeah, okay. Jishan say okay. Abigail say okay. Yeah. CY okay. Kai Chi okay. Right? Okay, so we will look at the last one, right? Okay, last one, 39. This one is the all application. So you must know how to solve. So the following diagram show the first 3 cylinders of a series of cylinders. So the height of the cylinder increased by 1 cm successively. Okay. So then show that the volumes of the cylinders form an arithmetic progression. State is common difference. So we find the volume. Okay. They ask you to show the volume is an arithmetic progression. So you must show what? The common difference. That means V1, V2, volume 2, volume for the cylinder 2 divided by minus the volume of cylinder 1 must equals to volume of cylinder 3 minus volume of cylinder 2, right? So, and show the common difference. What's the common difference? Find the volume. So cylinder, what's the formula to find a volume for cylinder? Volume for cylinder is that. Okay, let's say the cylinder 1. What's the cylinder 1? V1 is that. Pi R square H, right? Yeah, so in this case, is that pi J, they use J as the one, J square, H is T, so this is the volume for the first cylinder. Then volume for the second cylinder, V2 is what? Pi, but the what? J is the same, J square, but the height now is what? The height now is T plus 1, right? So it's actually pi J square T plus pi J square, right? And then third one, volume, the third volume. The volume is what? Third volume is pi J square, then the height, T plus 2, right? So it goes to pi J square T plus 2 pi J square. Okay, so you need to show, right? Show that the volume is in arithmetic progression. So that means you say V2 minus V1. So what is V2 minus V1? V2 is pi J square T plus pi J square minus this V1 is pi J square T, right? So you get answer is pi J square. Okay. Then V3 minus V2. V3 pi J square T minus 2 pi J square, right? Minus pi j square t plus this pi j square, right? So when you open up bracket, sorry, this one is plus, huh? So when you open up bracket, minus, huh? So that means this one, no more, right? So 2 pi j square minus pi j square. So it becomes pi j square. Okay, so then you right now. Since V2 minus V1 is equals to V3 minus V2. Okay, so hence the volume of the cylinder cylinders form an arithmetic progression. Progression with common difference. They ask you to find the common difference also. With common difference of pi j squared, right? So the common difference is this one, right? This is the B, right? Correct. Okay, so the common difference is pi j squared. And then after that, B, given the volume of the fourth cylinder is 32 pi cm cube, and the sum of the volume of the first four cylinder is 104 pi cm cube. Find the height and the radius of the smallest cylinder. Okay. Chen Junping, your answer wrong already. Okay, Kersin correct. Okay, so I erase this. Can get anak? Hmm. No. Okay, go through, So that means this is the A, you want to find volume, right? This is the first volume, V1 is the first volume, is the A, right? So then the D, the D is a, yeah. So the D is a common difference, pi j square, right? Just now we say, remember, from the A, we say this is pi j square, right? So now given that T4, right? The fourth term, right? Given the fourth cylinder, volume of the fourth cylinder. So given T4 is equals to 32 pi. So what is T4? A is pi j square T, right? Plus 4 minus 1 times pi j square equals to 32 pi, right? So this one will become pi j square t plus 3 pi j square equals to 32 pi, right? So actually pi can cancel. So you can factorize, yeah, just take out the pi and j square, right? So if you take out pi, okay, that means we cancel the pi now. Divide by pi, so the whole equation divided by pi. This pi cancel, this pi cancel, this pi cancel, right? So left j square t plus 3j square, right? Equals to 32. Can I? Or you just factorize, just take out the j square, and this one becomes t plus 3 equals to 32. So this is the first equation. Okay, then after that, second equation. The sum of the volumes of the first 4 cylinders, so S4, right? So this one S4. So given S4 is at 104 pi, right? 104 pi. So S4 is 4 over 2 times 2a. A is pi j squared t. Then plus 4 minus 1 d. D is pi j squared. Then must equals to 104 pi, right? So simplify 2, right? So here, means we have 2. This one is 2 pi j squared t plus 3 pi j squared, right? Equals to 104 pi. Okay, so of course you can bring over the other side, divide. So 2 pi j squared t plus 3 pi j squared is equals to 104 divided by 2. So it's 72. Same thing here. The whole equation we divide by pi. So all the pi, no more pi here. So it's 2j squared t plus 3j squared equals to 72. Right? Or 52, yeah. 52. 52, 52, yeah. Okay. And then this one also factorize, take out j square. So that means 2t plus 3 must equals to 52. So this is equation 2, right? So how to solve? Divide. So we say equation 2 divided by equation 1. So that means this one is what? This one we just divide by equation 1. So equation 1 is what? T square t plus 3, right? Divide, so it's divided by 32, right? So this one cancel already. So this one is divided by 4. 4, 8, right? This one is 8 This one is 1, 3. Yeah, so cross multiply, so this one bring over 8 times 2t plus 3 must equals to 13 times t plus 3, right? So 16t plus 24 must equals to 13t plus 39. So 16t minus 13t must equals to 39 plus minus 24. Okay, so 3t equals to 15. So t is equals to 15 divided by 3. So t is 5. Okay, so after that, once you got the t is 5, you sub into the equation, any of the equation. So let's say is we sub into let's say from 1. So from 1 when t equals to 5, right? So that means j square plus times this t 5 plus 3 equals to 32. So this is 8. So j square is 32 divided by 8. So you get 4. So what is j? So bring over square root of 4, right? So square root of 4 is 2. Okay, so the j is 2. T is 5. Okay, now. Hello, you know your weak points are you still, lack of practice, right? Lack of practice, I thought this one the school already teach already, earlier than teacher, earlier than me, right? So your school homework you all got do or not? School homework you all got do or not? So you don't do homework, so you can solve, right? Okay, so so your homework, continue your homework. Continue your homework is question 26, So you continue 26, 27, 27, 29, 30, 31, 33, 35. Okay? 26, 27, 29, 30, 31, 33, 35. Okay. Done up so far? So far it's only arithmetic progression, no? So we are going to learn geometry progression, right? Okay, geometry progression. So continue geometry progression, So clear. So far, okay, not at least 5.1. Any question or not? 5.1? Any question for 5.1 or not? Any question you want to ask? Got question or not? Only Sinway, only Sinway reply only leh. The rest Ayo. Teacher also feel tired already like that. Ask nobody want to reply. One by one. You want me to one by one ask? Okay, one by one. Abigail, any question or not? Bell, any question or not? Chang Junpei, any question or not? You want one teacher to ask one by one? Okay, yeah, at least you see, those who don't want to reply one, I don't care, yeah. You don't want to reply, you don't want to give your answer, right? So teacher also very tired already. Tired to say already. Okay. Okay, look at the 5.2. 5.2. Geometry progression. And so we say arithmetic progression is that means we have a number, say start from 180. So either you plus, right? Plus common difference. So let's say plus 10. So it becomes 190 plus 10 becomes the 200, right? Or you have a number, okay, 180. That means you maybe you say minus 5 become 175 and minus 5 become 170. So this one, all these, you have a common difference. This is the difference between the two numbers, right? But for geometry progression, that means you multiply a number. Let's say you have start from 2, so you times 3, so it becomes 6. Then you times 3, become 18. Then times 3, become 54, and so on, right? Or you have a very big number, 128. So you say divide by 2, it becomes 64. Divide by 2, become 32. Right? Divide by 2, become 16, and so on. So this is the common common ratio. We say common ratio because we divide. Okay. Common divide. So for common difference, we use T2 minus T1. For common ratio difference, we use D, right? Common ratio, we use R. Ratio is R. So common ratio is T2 divided by T1. So fraction is actually a ratio. You studied before, right? What is the ratio? Ratio we can write in terms of fraction. So that's why it's T2 divided by T1. Okay. Yeah. So, so this one you just go through the notes here. Yeah. So this one, got 2 times 3, you got 6, and so on. Correct. On this, okay. So this, okay. So 3 is the common ratio. We say 3 is the common ratio. Here. Okay. A common ratio is obtained by dividing a term by its preceding term. So you use the term, that means the second term, and divide by the first term. Okay. So that means, okay, such that, so if you see, so it's T, you can say, you can use that either R is Tn plus 1 divided by Tn, or you also can say Tn divided by what? Tn minus 1, 1 less than the top one, and the denominator is 1 less than the top, right? Okay. So Tn plus 1, and this is the n plus 1 term, and this is the n term, right? So a common ratio, I remember, cannot be 0 or false 1. So because you say this one, right? This one times 0. So it becomes 0. This one times 0 becomes 0. So this cannot be what? This geometry progression. Or you say 1, right? Or you say start from 10. 10 times 1. So you get 10. 10 times 1 and then 10. Cannot, right? So this is not a geometry progression. So the common ratio cannot be 0 and 1. Okay. So the step to determine whether a number sequence, same thing, number sequence is a geometry progression or not, right? So earlier we said we want to prove or show this AP. So how to prove or show AP? That means you must show T2 minus T1 is equal to T3 minus T2, and so on. Depends on how many terms they give you. Right? So you have to show all the terms. Right? If you give they give you 4 terms, then you have to show again T4 minus T3. So you must have the common ratio must equals to the common difference for AP. Okay now. So for GP also same, right? For GP you want to show or you want to prove? You want to prove GP or you want to show GP is that then for GP So you just you need to show that T2 divided by T1 is equals to T3 divided by T2 or T4 divided by T3. So they must be equals to the common ratio, right? Must equals to R. Okay, so this is the proof or show that a sequence, whether it's an GP or not. Okay, can I? So if not the same, then it's not a GP, right? Okay, this one quite simple, right? Can understand this one? This one is simple. So once you learn arithmetic progression, GP is almost the same, right? The question will be most likely the same. It's just only what you have R. The difference is one is you have D, one you have R. Okay. Let us look at this one. Okay. Okay. So continue this one. Okay, example 1. Determine whether each of the following number sequence is geometry progression or not. So this one, very fast. We'll go through. Yes or no. So that means you use what? Okay, for A, A is it GP? So 1 over 2 divided by 1. Okay, you say T2 divided by T1. So it's 1 over 2 divided by 1. So it's 1 over 2. T3 divided by T2. So it's 1 over 4 divided by 1 over 2. Right? So this one come down, this one go up. So it's simplified. Still you get 1 over 2. Right? So T4 divided by T3 equals to 1 over 8 divided by 1 over 4. Right? So you still get 1 over 2. So this one is here. Right? This is a geometry progression. Okay? So for B is what? Okay, so T2 divided by T1, right? So equals to 4 over 2. So you get 2. So T3 divided by T2. So this is what? 12 divided by 4. So this one becomes 3. So not equal already, okay? So that means this one is right, same. So you say since T2 divided by T1 is equals to T3 divided by T2 is equals to T4 divided by T3 is equals to R, hence the sequence is the geometric progression. And this one, since T2 over T1 is not equals to T3 over T2, hence the sequence is not a geometric progression. That's all, yeah. Yeah. So this one, we just go through it. Example 2, following, the following sequence show annual salary in, so determine whether comma annual salary is in a geometry progression or not, right? So give your justification. Same thing, okay, so this one we don't do, we skip. We skip the B. Okay, we look at the C. Yeah. Okay, determine whether each of the following sequence is a geometric progression. Give reason to your answer. So I want you to do B and C. A, very simple, right? A, you know how to do, right? So I want to use to do B and C, whether it is a geometric progression or not. This one is sorry. All this is base 10. All the 10 here is base. Not 10 times. This one too big area. So this is base 10, and also this is base 10. Okay, B, yes or no, and then you give me the, if yes, you give me the common ratio. Huh? Hmm? Hmm. Okay, faster. B and C, what's the answer? Yes or no? If yes, then you give me common ratio. If no, then you don't need to give me common ratio. There's no common ratio, right? Abigail, your C wrong indeed. Cursing, your C wrong indeed. Yeah, Sinway, correct. The rest, eh? The rest, eh? Yeah, jumping, correct. Yes, the Yun correct. Yeah, go through, go through, yeah. So A, I say A, leave it to you, lah. A, yes, now. Okay. So A is 12, T2 divided by T1, right? So this is negative 2. T3 divided by T2. So that is negative 2 also. T4 divided by T3. So 48 divided by negative 24. So negative 2. So A, yes, right? So B is that. So T2 divided by T1. So that is 3 power x plus 2 divided by 3 power x, right? So we say this is a 0. 3x plus 2 divide is what? Minus 1, right? So minus x. So you get, it's actually 3 what? 3 square. Right? 3 square is 9, huh? So T3 divided by T2. So this is 3x power 3, right? X plus 3, sorry. Divide by T2. So it's 3 power x plus 2. So this is 3x plus 3 minus x plus 2, right? Right. So that means this one will become what? Here will become 3 power 1 only, right? So no long, this one is not the same, right? So this and this is not the same, right? So this one no. Log also same thing, D log T1 over T2. Log LG lah, I say base 10 x2 over this is x4 over LG x2, right? So but this one become coefficient, right? So it is 4 over 2. So this is 2. But T3 divided by T2, right? So same thing, so this is log x power 6 over log x power 4, right? So this one becomes 6 divided by 4. So this is 3 over 2. So not the same, right? So this one also no. Okay. Can I? Okay. So for n term, right? Tn. Tn, we say for AP, Tn is what? Tn is A plus n minus 1d plus 1 sorry, minus 1d minus 1d. So this is Tn, right? So similar, yeah, you look at the, okay, let's say the first one is A, right? This is T1. So the second one is what? It times R, right? Common ratio. So it becomes AR. So this is T2. So then this one, T3, right? So it times R again, right? So it becomes AR square. Right? And after that, T4, it becomes AR is times R again, 3. So you look at the numbers here, the term, 4, this is 3. 3, this is 2, right? 2, this is 1. So that means if I want to find Tn, that means it's A R power n minus 1. So this power is 1 less than the number of terms, right? Right. So that means this is your formula. That's why you get your formula is what? A R power of n minus 1. So where the A is first term and the R is common ratio. Okay. Can I? Okay. So okay. Also we say if you want to prove, right? So earlier we say A for AP, right? For AP, let's say this is A, this is A plus D, right? And this one is A plus 2D. Okay? Okay, just a minute. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we say, earlier we say what? Okay, let's say we want to find this one, right? We also can say this is T1 for arithmetic progression. This is T2, this is 3, 3. We say T1 plus T3, right? Divided by 2 must equals to T2. Right? So this is arithmetic progression. So you check. Okay, so if you say T1 is A plus this T3, A plus 2D, right? So you divide by 2. Right? So it becomes what? 2A plus 2D. Okay, yeah. So we say this one, right? So this one T1 plus T3 divided by 2 must equals to T2. So you check, eh? So that means this one divided by 2. So if you factorize the 2, right? So over 2. So this is actually equals to the T2 lah. Okay. So for this geometry, okay, if the A, B, C are three consecutive terms, so if we say B over A, right? Okay, this one, so we say B over A must equals to C over B, right? So if we cross multiply, so become B square must equals to AC. So B must equals to what? Square root of the AC. So that means this T1, this is T2, this is T3, yeah. Okay. So we say the T2 is equals to actually is equals to square root of T1 times T3. Okay, now can so the mean B is the geometry mean okay, B is the geometry mean of AC okay. So we look at the example 4 now. Show that the number of sequence is a geometry progression, hence state the common ratio. This one only lah. This one just divide only okay, this one skip. So okay, so you do example 5. Show the arrangement of the first 3 triangles of a series of triangles. So the first triangle has a base of B cm and the height of T cm. The measurement of the base and the height of each of the following triangle is half of that preceding triangle. Show that the area of the triangle form a geometric progression and state the common ratio. So you just so this one I already told you this is a geometry progression area. So you need to give me the common ratio. So what's the common ratio? No, casino. Abigail, no. Area, area. So you must look at the question carefully. They say show the area form is a geometric progression, not the base of the triangle is a geometric progression, or the height of the triangle is a geometric progression. They want you to check the area of the triangle. That means you have to find what? That means you have to find that this one, you have to find that this A1, right? This A2, this A3. So you have to show A2 over A1 must equals to A3 over A2. You have to show that and must equals to this common ratio. So what is this common ratio? Yeah, Christine, correct. Okay, can okay, now I want to check whether students in the class area. Okay, so I ask you over. Then if you're doing, then you say you're doing. I have to take attendance already. Abigail, or you just okay. Abigail. Okay, trying. Bell. Doing. Chan Jung Ping. Chan Jung Ping. Doing. Cheng Yi. Cheng Yi. Doing. Jeng Yu. Chong Jeng Yu. Ji Jun Rong. Area. Jeng Yu doing. Yeah. Clement. Yeah. Dayun. Dayun. Jishan. No, Jishan, your answer wrong. Jia. Yeah. Sinwei. Okay. Kai Chi. Kai Chi. Hello, Kai Chi. Yeah. Won Jung Peng. CY. CY. Yeah. Xuan Chi. Yeah. Okay. Ji Xuan. Yeah. Okay. Doing doing that means I still don't understand right? Area what? Area what? So they say what? Okay, you read The measurements of the base and the height of each following triangle is half of the preceding. That means the earlier one. So that means this is half B. This is half T. Okay? And this one is half of this. Half of the half B. This one is half of the half T. Okay? So that means this one is 1 over 4B. This one is 1 over 4T. Okay, so what's the area? A2 is what? A2 is half times base. Base is 1 over 2B times height is 1 over 2T, right? Over half times B times height. Okay? So this one is that. So simplify. Divide by B, divide by B, divide by T, divide by T. So it's half times half. So it's 1 over 4. Right? Check T3. T3 is a half times base. Base is 1 over 4B. The height is also 1 over 4B. Over T2, half times base. T2 base is half B. Then the height is also half B. Right? So what is this? Sun. Okay, now this one. Simplify, cancel B. Sorry, this is T. This is T. Cancel the T. So this one is that. So this one, this times this is actually 104, right? So cancel one of the 104. That's left. Left one. 104. Yeah, so 104. So this is a geometry progression. So with common ratio 1 over 4. Okay now. So the common ratio is 1 over 4. So you must always remember the question, what the question asks. They ask area, so you have to find the area of a triangle. So you don't use the base, right? You don't say, some students will say, oh, this one, since this is half, right? So this one is B, this one is half B, right? So that means T2 over T1. So it's half B over B. So answer is half. No, they didn't ask you for the base. They didn't say the base is in geometry progression. They didn't say the height is in geometry progression. They asked you for the area, So you have to find the area, prove the area is in geometry progression. It's a geometry progression. Okay? Cannot. Yeah. So example 6. Okay. So the length of each side of the K is each side of the square is K. So its area is denoted by A1. When each side of the K is half. This one is the same as the this example 5 lah. Correct. It's the same as the example 5. Yeah, so we don't do it. Okay, now so you want to do also can. So the K is also what? It's also I mean the common ratio is also 1/4 lah. Okay. So because the first one is that just go through lah. So the first area, so we say A1 divided by A2 divided by A1. A2 is half, K over 2, right? So this one also K over 2. So that means K over 2 times K over 2 divided by K times K, right? So this K cancel. So it's 1/4. Similar, A3 divided by A2. So A3 is half of the A2, right? So K over 2. So this side also same, half of K over 2. So that means it's 1/4K. This is 1/4K also. 1/4K. So that means it's 1/4K times 1/4K divided by 1/2K times 1/2K. Right? So K cancel. So this one multiply is 1/4. So 1/4 and 1/4 cancel. So it's 1/4 lah. So it's the same. Yeah. Okay. So the common ratio is 1/4. Okay. So of course they ask you to prove, right? Show. So you have to write the sentence. They say since A2 over A1 is equals to A3 over A2 is equals to 1/4, or you need to say 1/4. Say that means you say is A2 over A1 is equals to A3 over A2. Hence the area is form a what? Geometry progression with common ratio. Then you write the common ratio. Okay. So now we look at the example 7. Okay, look at example 7 now. Find the term, right? So find the fifth term. So that's why I say you must remember the formula. Tn equals what? A r power of n minus 1, right? So a geometry progression has a first term of -7 and a common ratio of -2. Find the fifth term of the progression. So find T5, right? Find T5. So what's T5? T5 is equals to A is -7, R is -2, then it's 5 minus 1, right? So it's -7, -2, power 4. So it's -7, power 4 is what? 16, right? This is 16. So positive 16, so that will be -112. Okay. So the answer is -112. Okay. So example 8. Amir saved 1 ringgit on the first day, 2 ringgit on the second day, 4 ringgit on the third day, and so on. So each day he doubled his saving from the day before. What is Amir saving on the 15th day? On the 15th day, not for the total 15 days. So yeah, guessing correct. Yeah, correct. So you see how powerful is it? How powerful is it if you double? Yeah, it starts from the first day, it's only 1 ringgit. After only 15 days only, you already save what? 16,000, oh, right? So that's why the what? Okay, yeah. So that's why you see all the what the direct selling all that. So you join. That means if you say those got what, you start from one person, you introduce one. Then this one person go and introduce one again. So by how many generation? So you're very rich already, no? Correct not? So that is they multiply, okay. Yeah, Clement correct, Abigail correct. Okay, so that means you just use the formula only, right? Yeah, yeah, Dijun also correct. Okay, so that means you just find T5, So here is that A is 1, no? Right? A is 1. Then the R is double, double means times 2, 2, right? Okay, so you want to find T15. Okay, Tanjung Ping. Why you don't just write the figure, you write sentence, Okay. So T15, right? So T15 is A, then 2 power of 15 minus 1, right? So it's actually 2 power what? 14, no, right? So 2 power 14, you get 2 power 14 is actually 168, 384, 16384. Okay, so this is the answer. Yeah. Okay. So example 9, find the given term of the progressions. Okay, that means you want to find the fifth term and the nth term. Okay. So what is the fifth term and what is the nth term? What is the fifth term and what is the nth term? Yeah, Clement, correct. Yeah, your fifth term is correct. The minute nth term, your uh, don't know how to simplify, right? Okay, Abigail, correct. Remember, wait, cursing, where is your N? Your A is correct. N term means you must definitely have N. Yeah. Oh, power of N. Uh, eh? Wrong. Cursing your B wrong already. Okay, so our replacement class is next Monday and Wednesday, right? Correct not? Next Monday, just remind you all, next Monday, right? Monday is 10 to 12, right? 12 p.m., correct? And also Wednesday, correct not? 10 to 12 p.m., Okay, so make note, take note on it, Nah, wait. Cursing the 9 and the 3 you have to combine together. 9 can change it to the 3, right? You have to change to same base, right? Wait. Clement, where is your 3 there? No more 3 there. The 3 missing already for B. Wait, You prefer online? You prefer online or what? So we do it online lah, can lah? Can lah? For both lah, can lah? For both online lah. Okay. Clement, you don't have the 3. Your 3 is missing, no? Number 3, where's your number 3? Okay, so we go through. Okay, fifth term, right? So T5 is A is 3/2. Then R is 1, T2 divided by T1. So it's 1/2 divided by 3/2, right? So this one cancel. That means it's 1/3. So this is actually R is 1/3 power of 5 minus 1, right? So this is 3/2, then 1/3 power of 4, right? So then this one I can say, Chan Jumping, the 3, you have to simplify. You're not just simplifying. Okay, so this one I can say this is actually 3/2, then this is 1/3 power 4. 1 power 4 is, of course, is 1. So this one I can simplify, right? Power 3. So it's 1/2 times this one, 3 power 3 is what? 27, right? So it's 1/54. So that is for A. Okay, then for the N, okay, N, Tn, right? Tn is A, 3/2. Then this R is 1/3 power of N, right? So this one is that. That means if you can write as what? This is 1/2 half. Half. This one is 3, right? 3 power 1. Then over, this is 3 power of N. So this is actually half. Then you can write as what? Times 3 power of 1 minus N. Is it 1 minus N? N minus 1, sorry. N minus 1, N minus 1. Okay, so this one is N minus 1. So that means this one is minus 1, right? So that means it's actually 3 power 1. This divide is minus N minus 1, right? So it's actually half times 3. This one plus, so it's actually 2 minus N. Okay, so this is the answer. Or you can write as 3 power of 2 minus N/2 also can. The same. Okay, so you have to simplify one. You cannot write 9. You cannot write this 3. Of course, this 3 and here is the same base one. So you have to simplify. Yeah. Okay. I think today we stop here. We stop at this example 9. So make sure next week we have 2 replacement class. One is Monday, 10 to 12. Another one is 10 to 12, Wednesday. But I think I do online, or online class. Okay. Any question? Okay, no question. See you next Monday. Thank you, Clement. Thank you, Jia. Thank you, Chan Jumping, correct? Okay, thank you, Clement. Thank you, Jia. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Clement. Thank you, Xuan Chi. Thank you, Cheng Yi. Thank you, Woon Jumping. Thank you, Dayun. Thank you, Abigail. Thank you, Kirsten. Thank you, Chan Jumping.